Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show, man. Today is September the 19th. There is one game in the WNBA for today, just the New York Liberty, trying to find a way to advance. The Phoenix Mercury will be doing the same. The line has moved a little bit already as well, but I haven't bet it. So I'll give you guys my thought process. And if I was taking a bet, what I would bet. As far as yesterday, I always talk about yesterday before we get into today. Didn't make any official bets. If you tell the short list, 2-1. Aces first half was a winner. I think they were up by 7. 4.5 was good money. And then the Seattle team total barely stayed under that 75.5, but I think they finished with 73 last night. Covered the spread, which is why I wanted to stay away from it. And the loser, the elephant in the room, is the Atlanta Dream did not show up. Specifically in the second half, I think they scored like an abysmal 37 points. Just could not score the basketball in the second half. They scored 29 points. That's what it was. They scored 29 in the second quarter, but then they scored 29 in the second half as well, which is absolutely crazy. But that's what happens in the W, man. So congratulations to the Indiana Fever. I don't think they were the better team, but they definitely, executed when they needed to be able to get the job done. Even with most of their starting lineup, sitting on the bench in street clothes. So congratulations to the Fever. Atlanta, still not there year quite yet. All right, so those are the two plays for yesterday. As far as today, we jump into it. Hit the like button for me if you can. Always helps out the algorithm. We jump into Jackson first. Jackson went 1-1 yesterday. Jackie Young over her 26.5 points, 3 rebounds, and assists was a loser. She didn't really do anything outside of scoring. And then Nneka Ogwumike over her 10.5 rebounds and assists was a winner. She did finish with just at 11. So it was a little sweaty, but Nneka did go over. As far as the look for today, since it's only one game, I asked Jackson about the thought process on the total. Jackson likes under 156 is Jackson's look. It says that the data strongly suggests that tonight's game, game 3, between the Liberty and the Mercury will be a low-scoring affair, making the under 156 a compelling play. Here's why. So recent head-to-head trends, the most significant indicator is the recent performance of these two teams against each other. The last 4 meetings, including the last 2 in the playoffs, have consistently gone under the projected total. In Game 2, the Mercury defeated the Liberty 86-60, combining for 146 points, well below the current line. Game 1 saw the Liberty win 76-69 with a combined 145 points, also significantly under. Looking back further, the August 30th game finished with 143 points, and the July 25th game had 165, which is still under the set line for tonight's game. Not the 165, but the other ones are. So playoff intensity and pace, as the series progresses and the stakes escalate, defensive intensity typically increases and the pace of play tends to slow down. This is an elimination game, meaning every possession will be fiercely contested, leading to fewer easy buckets and potentially more deliberate offensive sets. Offensive struggles in the series. Both teams have experienced significant offensive challenges in the series. The New York Liberty were, quote, embarrassed, unquote, in Game 2, scoring only 60 points on a dismal 30.2% shooting from the field, missing 9 of their 25 free throw attempts. Their series average is just 68 points per game, shooting 36% from the floor and a roughly 27% from beyond the arc. The Phoenix Mercury won Game 2 with 86 points. Their overall shooting in the series is 39%, and they've also struggled from long range, hitting just 26% of their three-point shots. Then you have the Breanna Stewart impact. So I'm actually interested in this. Let's read this. It says the Liberty star Breanna Stewart is listed as day-to-day with a left knee injury. In Game 2, she played 20 minutes and managed just 6 points on 33% shooting. The uncertainty surrounding her health and potential limited effectiveness could further hinder New York's offensive output. Stewart averaged 18.3 points per game during the regular season, so any dip in her production is a major factor. I agree with that. Mercury's defensive trends. The Mercury have a strong trend of playing in low-scoring games with each of their last 8 night games, against Eastern Conference opponents going under the total points line. The defense ranks 5th in the league in points allowed, just 80.1, and 4th in opponent field goal percentage at 42.7. So Jackson likes, that's a lot. I read all of it to you. Jackson likes the under 156, and I kind of agree, man. Let's jump into the matchup. Link is in the description if you guys want to check Jackson out. Liberty and the Mercury. So I mentioned at the top of the video that this line opened at 1. It's now up to 2.5. I do see some 3s out there as well. So money is coming in on the Mercury to get this series out the way, man. And it's crazy to think, but this is played out exactly the way that I thought it would before the series started. Well, based on the information before each game started, right? So I told you guys in game 1, I liked the Liberty. I thought that they would win the game. I also liked the under. It went to overtime and still went under. Game 2, I told you guys that I couldn't lay points with the New York Liberty at the crib just because, in my opinion, I needed to see what Stewie looked like. And Stewie did not look good, right? She went from being a team best plus 16 in game 1 to a team worst minus 24 in game 2. She played 40 minutes in game 1. She played 20 minutes in game 2. I mean, that's, in my opinion, the proof is in the pudding. And the reason why that's so impactful is because the New York Liberty were already limping into the playoffs. Without Stewie, they're not a real contender. Like, throughout the full season, they were a plus 10.5 in net rating with Stewie on the floor. Without Stewie, they were a minus 0.75. Their defense gave up about 7 more points per 100 possessions as well. And that's impactful, man. We see, like, Emma Meeseman is good, but she's not Stewie. And they need Stewie, specifically her defense, her ability to be able to slow down Alyssa Thomas. So I know it's really, really difficult because I thought the Liberty had a chance to win the championship, but the injuries just kept piling up. The Liberty are not going to win the championship this year, in my opinion. I don't think the Liberty going to win this game, man. If I'm betting, I'm taking the Mercury. I'm probably just taking the money line as well. The Liberty also just haven't been great. I know that they won game 1, but they did have a healthy Breanna Stewart. They just haven't been great on the road. 5-17-1 against the spread on the road. We're talking about the Mercury, who will have all the confidence coming into this game. 15-7 straight up at home. This is where they play their best basketball, the X factor, all that good stuff. As long as we don't see, game 2s, Atlanta Dream or game 2, what's the team? The Las Vegas Aces that go on the road and think that they just got it wrapped up and in the bag, because these women are still going to compete hard. Like, I went back and looked at it. New York were shot terrible from the field. They were shot 23% from 3. Sabrina went 1 for 8. She hasn't made multiple 3s or 3 threes in so long that it feels like you kind of question how she won the 3-point contest. Like, her shot is just not there. The New York Liberty have really, really struggled to score the basketball, and without Stewie being there, I do think that they're going to struggle in this game as well. The Mercury, one of the better defensive teams in the WNBA. The other thing about the game was the Mercury, they won game 2 by 26. They only took 12 free throws. They were 11 for 12 from the free throw line. That was 13 free throws fewer than the New York Liberty. So the Liberty were getting to the free throw line, but they couldn't, like I said, they couldn't make any threes. They shot 29% from the 3, the Mercury did. But, I mean, the Liberty shot 23% from the 3-point line. So, I don't know, man. All of those things do align with the under. I do think if the Liberty can't, control their turnovers, which hadn't really been something that they had struggled with throughout the season, but the Liberty in the first 2 games of this series have not been able to protect the basketball. They gave up 25 points off their 15 turnovers. And turnovers were a problem in game 1 too. I think they finished with like 18 or 19. One of the reasons why that game even went to overtime, because I think they had 10 turnovers in the second half of game number 1. So the Mercury gonna be able to get out and run most likely. They did win that battle 20-2 in game 2. They dominated points in the paint. They were plus 16, 38-22 as well. I like the Mercury to get the job done, man. I think the Mercury go on and play against the. I think they go on and play against the Minnesota Lynx. I don't think they're gonna win, but I think that they do advance. Their flaws will be showed, I think, in my opinion, in the next round when they run up against the Minnesota Lynx. So if I'm betting today, I am betting on the Phoenix Mercury to get the job done. I like the nice bounce back game from Satu Sabli. Hopefully, Kalia Copper can stay out of foul trouble, and the Phoenix Mercury. You probably can get like I don't even want to play around with the point spread, man. I'm just taking the money line, and that's the way that I would play. Probably not. I'm not looking towards player props at all. Let me see real quick. What's the best money line that you can get? At 2.5, you probably can get like a minus 145 somewhere. Let's just double check. Yeah, I was right. Minus 145 is on BetMGM right now at the time of this recording, and then I see a minus 150 on Caesars. But yeah, that's the way I'm looking to bet this game if I'm betting it, man. Like I said, not really looking towards player props. I am interested to see, Stewie go through shoot around. I will be locked in on this game for tonight. Best of luck on whatever it is that you guys are betting. Check the resources out. The links are all in the description of the video, man. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend as well. And we'll be back on Sunday. We'll be back on Sunday for game number 1 of the semifinals, man. I'm out.